In this video, we're going to be talking about a search tip called expanding the search. And this is predominantly for the industry-based search. We'll talk about the people search in just a moment. So when we run an industry-based search, we know that we're looking for a particular business niche. So I might be looking for a business coach and I'm looking in, let's say, Washington, DC. So I'm looking in a particular, for a particular industry in a location. Now, as we search, what's important to know is that the system will get the best results at suburb level, at the level of a suburb. Now, Washington is a suburb, but it's also a city. And as you can see with the results, we've really grouped the results very, very tightly right into the middle of Washington there, because that's looking at Washington, the suburb. So how do I get more results? Well, first of all, if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, I will see this small orange button that says load more. So this has used 20 of my searches, or however many's on the screen, roughly 20. And I might think, well, that's enough. I can now get my sales team to be busy. I don't want to use all of my search allowances, but if I want more leads, I can just click on load more. So we've got a few times that we'll be able to click on load more, and we'll be able to keep delving into that one location. As you can see, we've added a lot more. So now we can add these to a campaign. Great. Just like that. So we've added them to a campaign, but we also know that there's a lot more business coaches or a lot more results in this particular city that we haven't got yet. And that's what we're talking about by expanding the search out into a suburb level. And I can see, for example, as I look around the center of Washington, DC here, there are several suburbs that I could look at to see if we could get more results in and around the area. So I can see the big areas here. I can see, for example, Arlington. So I might come up here and say, okay, we're not looking in the center of Washington. Let's look in Arlington. And I can change our system and click on update. Now that's looking in one street, Arlington Boulevard, but now we've got different results. Okay, great. Again, I can come down and I can load more. I can get as many results as I possibly can in and around that area. And again, we're going to add them to the campaign, just like this. And we'll see here that it actually says some results already added. There we go. And that means that it's not adding any duplicates. So you can look around and you can make sure you're only finding the single results. It'll never add a duplicate. So now I can see Silver Spring here, for example. So I can come up and I can say, let's find in Silver Spring. And we go, Silver Spring, just like this. Let's make sure we've got the right one. I think we've got quite a few here. I think it's this one. So Silver Spring is a suburb I can see here. And we've got now all of the results in Silver Spring. We can load more and keep going. So this system works best at a suburb level. And sometimes we have people say, oh, that's really slow. Looking at a suburb level gets you the most amount of results. And if you're just going from suburb to suburb to suburb to suburb, if you're looking city to city to city, you can find thousands of results in, let's say, 15 to 20 minutes. So being able to load up in 15 or 20 minutes your database full of 1,000 or 2,000 of your ideal prospects and let the system then drip those out slowly over the month, that will get you the best results. Okay, so this is finding the best results in our industry search. When we're looking in our people search, almost the opposite is true. We get the best results at city level. But we still might like to look, for example, if we jump in here and we'll do the same search, we'll look in Washington as a starting point. Of course, you can look in any continent in the world. We're just doing a couple of searches here in the US. So we're looking in a particular city, and now we're starting to get these results. I can keep loading more with this particular search because people who are listed in that specific city are putting their name and place where they live in LinkedIn in that city rather than in a specific suburb. So you'll notice that you can get lots and lots more at city level. Now you might want to choose some of the bigger cities outside of there. So we can see, for example, Alexandria. So I might come out here and say Alexandria. There we go. Let's take out the DC. Not knowing there we go. So we've got quite a few Alexandrias, not knowing the location. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm going to go for let's say that one, for example. So I might find one of the smaller results. Yes, it was the right one. Great. So now I can also look in the bigger cities there. So the people-based search does get best results at a city level because that's how people describe where they live. I live in Washington. I live in Alexandria. I live in Baltimore. I live in Philadelphia. So that's how you get the best results at people level. The individual search, of course, is looking at one specific website, so that has its own focus in. So industry best results at suburb level, and expanding the search by just looking in the next suburb, the next suburb, and the next suburb will make sure that you're getting the most amount of results.